Just a quick question to anyone who's over 30. What are we supposed to be doing?
I've been wanting to talk about this for a while and I just didn't know how to talk about it. But now that this is a trend, let's talk about it. There is this new trend called women in their 30s. It's a Beyonce song, and then like a woman like looking all pretty in their 30s and confident and like all the things. So just click on the song and check it out. You'll see. It's so funny because I remember my dad, this is funny. I remember my dad always talking about like women in their 30s and that is like the most confident they are in their life. He said like you're out of your 20s, you're into your 30s, and you're just feeling a little more confident about yourself. Like, and I honestly feel that. Like in my 30s, I have been the most confident I've ever been in my life. Really, like I truly don't know how to explain it. And not like just when it comes to looks, in my faith, in my relationships, and like my mental health, everything. I'm sure there's some type of science behind this. It's definitely interesting to me and something that I didn't really understand until I was in my 30s.
Women in their 30s is currently trending on TikTok. It's not about biological clock ticking, no. It's more about setting boundaries, having glowing skin, eating healthy, exercising, peace of mind, traveling, being happy, discovering yourself, and staying away from anything that disrupts your peace.
This whole women in their 30s trend that's going around, where they look like they're in their 20s, I'll tell you what the secret is. They don't deal with guys like me anymore. They went through that experience. They had to get traumatized all throughout their 20s so they could finally learn in their 30s that being single is the best option. Skincare, travel, brunch with their girls, home decorations. They don't have time to. You gotta experience it in your 20s to live in your 30s. When they say 30s is in the 20s, they ain't lying. Now you're enjoying your money. You're making more money. You're at peace. It's that simple. For those of you that are in your 20s, you look older than us 30-year-olds. I'm 32. But you have to experience everything now so you learn for later. And once you hit that age, once your brain functions the right way, you'll realize everything and you'll reverse aging. You're welcome.
Take this the wrong way and trying to say, oh, you trying. No, it's none of that. All I'd like to say is that the women over 30 are doing their thing right now and they are standing on big business. If we gonna have a universal conversation, there's a stigma that once people get older, especially women, now they start to lose their value. Go ahead and look up the women in their 30s challenge and tell me, do those women right there lose their value? Last year, I was making videos that sat up there and said, some women get better with age. What they doing right now with this challenge right now? I'm just giving the women the credit where the credit is due. Now this to the guys. I know they like to play games sometimes, but you just gotta be consistent. And I promise you that Wi-Fi gonna be jumping. House is either gonna be hot or cold, depending what she like the temperature. House is gonna be beautifully decorated, and I promise you, you will take great naps at her house. Just don't play in her face, because if you guys haven't peeped, most of those women are in the gym. You're welcome.
It's nice to see men not talk about women expiring in their 30s. It's always been the talking point for some certain type of men, especially those men that go on podcasts to drag women down. They usually say women in their 30s have lost value, their looks are not good, they don't look good, and no man will ever want them. Their beauty has faded. That has always been what they say. Shockingly to a lot of them, that is not what is happening on TikTok currently, because women in their 30s are aging beautifully and gracefully. Most of the video I've seen, those women look like they are in their early 20s. It's all about maintenance and taking care of yourself. Self-love, very important.
So now I'm over 30. That means, dun dun dun, I'm expired. Or at least that's what the men keep telling me in my comments. So a lot of women might think, oh no, I actually don't think a lot of women think that. However, they think that we think that. They think we are absolutely devastated by men not wanting us anymore. Now, I'm 33, so I'm just wondering when the invisibility to men starts. Does that mean then soon I'll be able to walk down the street and not get catcalled? Does that mean that men will stop sexualizing me soon? Does that mean when I'm walking down the street and there's a group of guys, I won't have to cross the street or look busy on my phone anymore? Does that mean that I can go out to a bar and not have to worry about my drink being spiked? If so, then I can't wait to be expired. I can't wait to live a life completely invisible to men. I'm excited for it. I really am. Let's go, girl. I know what we want to wear, and we will be invisible to men.
A woman who's in her 30s and is single, for me personally, is a huge green flag. And contrary to what a lot of people believe when they say that a woman who's in her 30s or in her 40s and she's single, that automatically makes her a red flag, I do not agree with that, because a woman who's in her 30s or even 40s, let's say, and she's single, she's mastered solitude. She's embraced her own company. She's okay with being alone. She's okay with not having any company around. She's okay with coming home after a long day of work, unwinding, maybe watching her favorite show, binge watching her movies, binge watching anything she may want to watch. And she does not feel the need of another man's presence around. So you know that when you come into her life, it's because she wants you in her life genuinely, not because she feels like she needs you. And when she becomes a part of your life, it's because she actually wants to be in your life, as opposed to a woman who feels like she needs you in her life. There's a huge difference between being wanted and feeling like you need someone. I would rather be wanted all day, any day, over feeling like I'm needed, because a woman who feels like she needs a man is a woman who's more than likely very dependent, and a woman who wants a man around because she truly cherishes and admires and values his company. That is such more significant. That's way more significant. Additionally, women who are in their 30s and are still single have probably broken the cycles and the societal expectations of what society has for a woman. Women who are in their 30s are supposed to be married and settle down with a family. They obviously don't care about what society has to say. And a woman who does not care about what society has to say, that's a powerful woman. So don't get it twisted. Just because you can't be single in your 30s does not mean that another woman can't be single in her 30s. Neither does it make her a red flag if she is single in her 30s.
That women in their 30s trend is real cute. It's real cute. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna need to see the 40s and the 50s. Where are the ladies with, you know, in their 40s and the 50s? You know what I mean? Like I said, 30s is cute. It's cool. You know what I mean? But put your big sis on the phone. You know, put your auntie on the phone. Put your mama on the phone. Right? Like, I want to see them. If you're in your 40s and your 50s, you still looking fine. You know what I mean? Use this sound. I want to see you.
Some women in your 30s don't have time for drama. They don't have time for drama that comes with dating some men in relationships. You know, all them drama adds up and contribute to stress. It's part of the stressor that weighs women down, if you get what I mean. So women in your 30s are saying no to that. If you're not coming correct, don't even come at all. They have zero tolerance for nonsense. And I don't think they're willing to explain themselves to anyone, honestly. If you're not getting it, then forget about it.
But I've been seeing all the women in their 30 videos on my timeline. And all I have to say is I'm so proud of us. I'm so proud of us because the girlies in their 30s are minding their business. They're drinking their water. They're taking care of their skin. They get into their bag. They're still having fun, living life, not giving up. That is what your 30s is all about. 30s is about what you've learned in your 20s and turning it into greatness, learning to forgive, but also learning to mind your damn business. And the girlies are minding their business in their 30s. I'm just so proud of us. Like, I literally saw like 3 videos on my timeline. I'm like, oh, you're 32, you're 32, you're 32, you're your 30s, you're your 30s. Okay, girl, okay. We living our life. We living our best life. This is still a very depressing time, a very dark time, a very stressful time, especially if you're a mama in your 30s. But the gag is, even with all of that piled onto it, we still show up. We still show up. We still try to put ourselves first. And I'm just so proud of us. Keep doing it. Let's keep going. It's not over. Your 30s is not over. It's just beginning. Look at us.
I'm 30, I'm single, I have no kids, and I really sometimes am like, is this what this I'm Barbie? I'm Barbie. Hi Barbie. I get to do whatever I want, whenever I want, however I want to. I don't have anybody to answer to. If I want to go spend $1,000 and get my lips done, I can. If I want to not show up to work for a week and go to France, I can. If I decide that I want to save all my money and buy myself Barbie's dream house, I get to do that. Don't let people tell you that just because you're single, or just because you don't have a family, or just because you don't have kids, or because you don't have, like, whatever your circumstances are, don't let that be a reason why you're not happy, dude. Your life is great. Your life is wonderful. Your life is perfect. It's always working out for you, and it's never working against you.
Life is in phases, and it's okay for you to take your time and finish a phase before moving on to the next one. It's not advisable to jump a phase and move on to the next one without finishing a particular phase, because life is the greatest teacher. If you don't learn, life will keep bringing that question back to you, that tribulation back to you, until you learn. It's like a school that never ends, figure what I mean? So there's no point rushing in life. Have your own timeline, have your own pace. And if you're in your 20s, it's okay for you to make all the mistakes. It's okay for you to seek for validation. It's not okay, but it's okay. What do I mean? When you do all them stuff in your 20s, you get to learn from experience. I think the best way to learn is to learn from experience. I know people also learn from other people's experience, but sometimes you don't want anything to happen to you. It's best you learn from other people's experience, but sometimes it's best you learn from your own experience. That's if whatever that is going to happen to you won't be detrimental to your life. It's okay to be chasing love, chasing jobs in your 20s, but in your 30s, it's all about peace. If that person is running, let it go. If whatever you're chasing is running in your 30s, let it go. Peace of mind above everything.
To my girls in their 30s,
Welcome to your 30s.
stop letting anyone, especially social media, tell you that you're running out of time.
30 is old.
It's ridiculous. Your 30s are when the magic starts.
Turning 30 is just like turning 20, except you're hotter.
I'm telling you, if I could pick a time to go back to, it would be when I was in my 30s. You're already sophisticated, well-educated, have a good job, and have your feet on the ground and ready to go. Your 30s is when you step into your power. This is your time to travel, cherish your friends, so don't let the highlight reels from others scare you. You're right on time, and the best is yet to come.
There is something powerful about a woman who no longer needs to be liked. A woman that knows her worth. A woman that stays on her lane. A woman that is not willing to take nonsense just because she wants male's validation or because she wants to be in a relationship with a man. It's so wild how men came up with the whole expiration date, saying women are milk cartons or women age like milks, men age like fine wine, and they forget that we also have men that are in their 30s, and most of those men, they don't always look good. They can't compare how they look to women that are in their 30s. And we have some men in their 30s, a lot of men in their 30s, not having their lives together, still acting like teenagers. I'm not in any way trying to shame them, because even we women, everyone is struggling. Life is a learning curve, it's a process. No one knows it all, but you don't have the right to use age and shame people when you are also experiencing the same thing. You get what I mean? You know, we will always have haters. We will always have those group of women, those pygmies that we always find fault with trends like this. Those women that are so male-centered and they can't survive without men. Let's hear what these women have to say.
Truth be told, no woman above the age of 30 is truly happy being single. No matter how they want the society to see it to be, no matter how they are making it look like. But one thing I don't understand is, why are these same women making the younger ones feel being single, it's ultimate, being single is the best for them? Look, most people that are single, it's because they are not getting the kind of man they want, or they don't want to settle down due to maybe some heartbreaks. You don't recruit others also to be part of the game.
So you see that women in their 30s challenge that's going on TikTok, right? It's very beautiful. But I do not understand the essence of this challenge at all, for real. Are you trying to tell me that women in their 30s are supposed to be looking old? No. Women in their 30s are literally babies, they're girls, they're young women. Yeah. And to those women that are, doing the challenge, what are you trying to say? You're trying to say that you're 30 years, you're old, and you're still looking fresh? No! This challenge is supposed to be for women that are 50 years old, 40 years old, and still looking good. Right, that's what this challenge should be about, not for women in their 30s. And those of you that are reacting to it, that have you seen the women in their 30s? They look pretty as they're not supposed to be looking old. No, they're young women. 30. It's like 10, 10, 10. 30. It's not that old. 50, 60 and still looking fresh. Not for 30 years women. No, you're getting it wrong. Don't do that. I'm out.
I think she's the one getting it wrong. Does she know how many times men call women in their 30s expired? Does she know how many times men say once you hit 30 you are expired? You're no longer beautiful, you've lost your value. So that challenge is obviously proving a point. And I'm not saying that they decided to do that challenge just because of men. No. Was it a couple of weeks back we had women in their 40s challenge? So women in their 30s decided to do their own challenge. And I don't see anything wrong with that. And for the lady that said that women in their 30s are trying to recruit other people to join them in their singlehood, nope. No one is having gun placed on you and telling you to do this. No, it is your decision. And I believe a lot of people decide to do that based on their experience, especially ladies that have had horrible experience with men. No one is saying if you have a good man, dump him and join singlehood. No one is preaching that. If you've been having a bad experience with men, with dating, you might consider doing that. That's just what it is. People are doing what they feel is best for them to do in their life. And if you're on TikTok watching people share their experience and their life and you feel the need to follow suit, then it's on you. It's your cup of tea. If you would love to watch more videos like this, click this video to watch a lady that got dumped by her boyfriend because she was wearing hair bonnet at his place. And I will see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.